Rico, because our color copiers are faster, and because our grass is always greener. Our red slicker, quicker. And since all our colors make a bigger splash, Rico Color, with Rico's digital technology, can make your company look like a bigger fish, soar above the crowd, wake everybody up. The name to know, Rico.
It's a good workout that helps out a great cause. It's the 9th annual Minnesota AIDS Walk. I'm Paul Majors. Join us Sunday, May 19th. Call the walk line at 373-2411. The movie Twister opens in theaters across the country Friday night. It could be one of the summer's biggest blockbusters, and it seems Minnesotans in particular are fascinated by storms. You don't know how a movie about that game Twister could be that
yes.
goofy. 10 years ago this summer, a tornado ripped through the Fridley Nature Center, and it was all captured live on television.
And to this day, that videotape is studied at universities and research centers around the world to learn more about how tornadoes work. And Ken Barlow is here with more.
That's right. Right hand red while I'm doing this, by the way. Remember these remarkable pictures. If you were anywhere in the Twin Cities, you just simply can't forget them. It was just a few minutes before the 5 o'clock news on July 18th, 1986, when the tornado struck.
In the basement!
This is spectacular. This is spectacular. We have debris thousands of feet in the air. There are flash fires on all the high-tension wires. We're about 3/4 of a mile from the actual touchdown at this time.
There is the tornado right about there. This is the cell producing the tornado. Currently max.
He's got to be dumber than we are. It's ripping entire pine trees into the air, thousands of feet. I'm going to have to leave this area here. The debris is drifting my way.
For an incredible 33 minutes, KARE 11 News broadcast live pictures of a tornado pummeling a Fridley Nature Center. Sky 11 pilot Max Messmer and photographer Tom Empey first spotted the twister on their way to covering another story.
I called the station and told them, I said, hey, forget the story. I think I got something better for you. The very first thing I thought of was I looked for the vicinity of where it was, and I thought of my wife, and I had a new baby. Most of the time, I'd say 99% of the time, when a tornado is around, you don't want to be in the air. And I remember looking through the viewfinder when I was shooting it thinking, wow, look what that thing is doing. It just really amazes me that, number one, that people remember, and number two, that it made such an impact. When we walked in the newsroom, I remember walking down this hallway right here with Max alongside beside me, and as we turned this corner into the newsroom, everybody in the newsroom turned. It went quiet, and everybody stood up and cheered. Yay!
It wasn't just the KARE 11 newsroom that appreciated what Max and Tom had done. Thousands cheered Max the following week at the Minneapolis Aquatennial Parade. And that was only the beginning.
The incredible pictures of Friday's tornado would not have been possible without Sky 11 pilot Max Messmer and news photographer Tom Empey. And their accomplishment has tossed them into the local celebrity limelight. Max and Tom were guests on KSTP Talk Radio this week, just one of their many invitations to satisfy viewers' curiosity.
This is the lens that Tom took those pictures with. It's called a gyro zoom lens.
NBC Nightly News.
What is remarkable about this is that we can see it so well. Photographed from a helicopter piloted by Max Messmer.
But wait, what about the woman trapped inside this building, hunkered down with 3 teens as the tornado stalled just yards away?
I looked up and I saw what looked like an upside-down white Hershey's Kiss out of the sky. I did have tornado nightmares where I was calling 911 and no one was listening, you know.
Miraculously, neither Karen nor anyone else was injured in the tornado, but the park was devastated. Today, there are still signs that a twister terrified this nature center a decade ago. That day, over 10,000 trees were lost.
We immediately did studies like birds. How did that change the bird life?
The tornado did much more than change nature at the park. KARE's extraordinary live coverage launched a nationwide wave of storm chasing.
Large tornado on the ground, major tornado on the ground.
Definite funnel cloud here, ladies and gentlemen. No question about that.
We are tornado!
Attention all cars and stations south of Faribault, directly off of Western Avenue at this time. Moving eastbound, still on the ground.
It is heading toward the town of Laverne.
A handful of daring people have always ignored their own safety in hopes of capturing a few pictures of a real tornado. But after CARE's live coverage, it became a lot more common to see home video of tornadoes. Still, it's never okay to stand outdoors when a twister is approaching. You should always head to the basement when you hear the siren sound. It's only sheer luck that no one got hurt during the '86 tornado. You wouldn't want to test Mother Nature twice. And a few other interesting notes. The tornado gave the National Weather Service and all of us meteorologists our first prolonged look at a tornado from beginning to end. And we also learned that a tornado is now made up of several little individual funnels rather than one massive funnel. There's a bunch of little ones in it. You can see that in that video. Just absolutely amazing stuff.
I remember being out here when it happened, and they brought the picture up live from the helicopter, and I looked over at that monitor, and Paul Douglas was over there, and neither one of us could literally say a word for like a minute. We just stared at the monitor over here.
And it wasn't just here, it was all over the country. I was in Maine working at the time when this came down the network feed, and all of us in the newsroom in Maine were just astonished to see that this was actually happening live.
The other thing that I remember specifically about that time period was that Paul Douglas was exempt from child labor laws. And that shortly after that, Diana got rid of that volumizer hairdo.
Me? What about you? You had fat hair then, too.
But it is just a remarkable video. We love looking at it, and we are, again, thankful that nobody did get hurt by that one. It is tornado season now, though. In fact, in southern Iowa and parts of Nebraska,